This should work. Yeah. Alright. Alright, here you go. I just posted it in the chat, the link. Is this your guys's?
Just delete that link and then PM it to me.
Okay, yeah. Because I don't want to get fucking
Just
banned.
PM it to me and I'll put it in our group chat.
Okay.
Your files are too powerful. I gotta send it to you on Skype 1 second.
Alright.
Apparently the file's too powerful to send on fucking Discord.
Is the stream working for you guys?
Yep.
Alright, sweet.
What are you guys streaming?
He's gonna go over our VOD and then just give us pointers pretty much. So how do we help Humpador position better and do more damage in team fights?
Who's
I think-
Humpador?
Our AD carry.
The AD carry. I think I'm gonna start like doing a lot more with them and like telling them
Okay,
a lot
so
more about it.
is
I'm
he
really
in
shitty
here?
at 80.
Is he in here right
No.
now? Okay,
No, I
so
think he's a bit.
basically, he should probably play champions, not like Caitlyn. I don't know what he mainly plays, but just Caitlyn is a champion that is very, very focused on positioning, and Caitlyn needs her team in order to kill people until she gets ridiculously ahead. So I wouldn't even play Caitlyn, if I'm being honest.
What do we put him on?
But
We need something that wins lane easily.
Because I feel
at
like
this point.
Caitlyn's like the easiest AD carry, but
In lane it
Actually, it's
is.
just better.
in lane, yeah, but as far as soon as out of lane, as soon as it gets out of lane, it's like
Wait,
Caitlyn's
Blake, what
one
happened?
of the hardest
You promised
champions.
you'd
We
get this
lost.
win.
Why didn't we win? We
You
just
promised.
we got fucked up, dude. I don't know. Like
Alright.
I got fucking camped early and I was super frustrated.
Alright, so I'm gonna put this on red side.
We kind of just got.
Yeah, alright, so let me just I'll go over early game.
Hey Shade,
actually,
you got a
since
weird
it's-
like fuzz. You got a fuzz going on with yours.
Alright, one sec. Let me drag me back
That's
in
it.
because I'm gonna have to leave for a sec.
Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Alright,
Oh,
hello?
there we go.
Hey.
Alright, so I'm gonna just
Still there. Fucking
It's
rip.
probably has something to do with you streaming.
Is it? Yeah, I
Too much bandwidth. XP, dude.
is that
You can just
any
talk
better?
on stream and we can hear you probably. I don't know if it'd still be the same.
Yeah. You can try that.
Alright. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything. Is it like unbearable or is it just like yeah, alright.
I mean, it's not terrible. We can still hear you. So.
Alright, I'm gonna mute my Discord mic now if you guys want to listen to the stream.
Yeah, I just hear you on stream.
Alright, so I'm gonna cover the first part of just the early game.
Somebody pass me his stream link, please.
So I'm
It's in
gonna
the
just
team
cover the
chat.
early game real quick. So, alright, so I
Where
explained
the fuck's
to
the team chat?
The direct messages we use like all day, every day.
Oh, I have it blocked.
I
Rip.
went.
It's annoying.
So, let me just pause. All right, so I told Elise that J4 would be camping top lane. So I don't know who the top laner is, but I noticed. I'm pretty sure that Elise told you to play safe, and I saw like 3 minutes in, we saw J4 at Gromp, and I'm pretty sure the top laner even called it out. But then like 30 seconds later, you died. So I don't know if you just got caught out, but like that should be an indicator. If J4 is topside, should be pretty obvious that he's gonna look for a gank top. So yeah, you guys are playing lane fine. This is the reason I also want to say that Caitlyn really needs a team to play, a team to kill people on. And if you aren't good with Caitlyn, you won't be able to actually kill the people in lane. And when it comes to low elo like this, you need to be able to stomp the lane, and especially if you're playing a comp like this. A comp like this really depends on the people winning lane. Jace pretty much stomped his lane. Gnar pretty much got shit on, but that was because of a lot of like ganks and whatnot, which is fine. But I mean, that just means Gnar needs to work on like map awareness. And bot lane was pretty passive, and they didn't really lose lane at all, but they didn't really win lane either. So it was kind of just passive, but in that sense, you lost lane because that's exactly what Vayne wants. Vayne is the champion that has very, very, very shitty laning phase. So Vayne is lucky if she gets to just have a lane where she gets to just free farm, which is exactly what you guys gave her. There were pretty much 0 ganks except for early game on bot lane. Vayne pretty much never died, unless she got caught out or something, from what I remember. She was never really solo killed in lane. She was pretty much just let to just become a monster, which you guys saw as she got like a triple kill, like right here. Yeah, she got a triple kill there, and she just was a monster late game. So that's why I say not Caitlyn. I don't know what champions you guys. I mean, maybe you guys would look at Ezreal or something like that. Ezreal is a champion that's very, very forgiving in terms of positioning with his E, and if you get caught out or something like that, you always have the E and you don't have to burn flash. So maybe you want to put Humpador on a champion like Ezreal and then supplement it with Karma. You're pretty good with Karma. I saw that. You didn't really make too many mistakes when I saw you playing Karma. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna go over the laning phase, but yeah, just play aggressive. Ezreal's one of those champions that can really poke people down, and then if you get lucky, you can also get the kill off. But it's one of those champions that you can just free poke, and it's pretty forgiving when it comes to like positioning and whatnot. So let's talk about this gank. I don't think they had any wards. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, they had no wards here. What gave it away was... I'll tell you what gave it away in a second. You guys just randomly walked at her. Walked at them, which you guys didn't need to do. If I, like, jump back 15 seconds. Look at this. They are like... Okay, so Elise is coming down. She's killing Scuttle. And look at this real quick. They're literally walking at you guys. Like, they have to go up. Okay, so the way this gank should have worked, right? She is going up to get this cannon minion. Look at the way the lane is pushing. The lane is pushing on you guys. And how can I tell that? Look at the cannon minion HPs. That's a really easy indicator of whether a lane is getting pushed on you or not. This cannon minion has a lower HP than this one, so she's walking up to get this cannon minion. She does not want to lose this cannon minion. If you guys had just sat here and waited for a few seconds, you guys had seen that they didn't ward. And unless they had warded as they came down from leashing, which is really, really uncommon, you guys would have pulled this gank off and it would have been an easy first blood. But you guys got greedy and you guys rushed the gank, and you guys, Caitlyn and Karma, who have two of the longest like spell ranges, auto attack and spell ranges in the game, rushed at them and pretty much just threw the entire gang. So you guys need to learn how to like treat ganks better. And then you got sidestepped. You didn't auto first, but I mean it wouldn't have mattered. There was no way this gank would have actually ever worked because of that. So something you guys should work on is how ganks happen, not just the jungler, but you guys as well as far as bot lane goes. So let's talk about this as well. So we saw. No, we didn't see any. Okay, so yeah, he's coming down here. We see. Do you not actually see J4 here? Wait, hold on. Do you not actually see J4 here? Because this is interesting. Because you guys got really, really close. Okay, I don't know. Okay, no. This is really obvious. Okay, you just saw this being taken, and I remember watching the stream. You didn't. The top laner didn't say. Maybe you did. Maybe I'm forgetting. So I'm not gonna say 100%, but I'm pretty sure you didn't say anything about J4 being right here. I remember you saying something about Gromp, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong here, but I do not remember you saying anything about J4 being right here. You literally just saw this being taken. So you know J4 is here. You know J4 is here. He has to be here because you just saw the animation of it going down. So that's an automatic warning to Jace that J4 might be looking for a gank because we know he's level 3, or he might be taking Raptors. We don't know how low he is, but we know that mid could be in danger. So there should be pings or since you're in comms saying, mid, watch out, J4 might be ganking. And this is an automatic backup. And it's fine because because this lane is pushing anyway on Jace, so that's fine. But, yeah, so you go in for the ward. That's fine. It also gives a little bit of an indicator as to where Jace has been. We know not Jace, J4 has been. We know he doesn't have wolves. It's highly doubtful that he did Krugs as well, so we know he went here, 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 which is actually what he did, or rather not Gromp, but that's what he actually did do. So, again, just be warning Jace that he might be being ganked. And as far as Elise goes, you should be sitting right here. As soon as this happens, you should be right here waiting for a gank to happen. Because if a gank does happen, because you have hard CC, which is your stun, and your Elise has one of the strongest level 3s in the game. You should be sitting here waiting for J4 to gank. And if there is a ward here, whatever, it just relieves pressure off of Jace so that he doesn't have to back off or anything. And then when a gank happens, Jace just runs down here, baits for Elise, and then you guys win the 2v2. But, so let's see where J4 went. Okay, so J4 was just sitting here. I think he just walked around or something. Okay, so he took this. And let's see what he does. Okay, so he's sitting right here, and look. Like I said, he was looking for the gank. He realized that he couldn't do it, but he was looking for it at least. So he goes back in, and yeah, he's going for Gromp, and we see him go for Gromp here as well. So this should be an indicator that you can also go for this gank, but. I mean, this is a bad gank to start with. She's positioned really well to get away from a gank. She's positioning to the side where J4 is, so if J4 wanted, he could come here. And the minions are pretty much cock blocking you, so this gank should never happen. You should just go to Wolves, and you should go to Wolves, and then you should go to... Yeah, you should just Wolves in the back, evident. But, because, let me see how much gold you have. Hold on. You have 557. Yeah, you should just Wolves them back. But yeah, this gank should never attempt because this is wasted time. This is complete wasted time, but I think you go for it anyway. I might be wrong. You might not go for it. I think you do go for it though. Okay, you don't. All right. That's good at least. Or do you? Okay, so you see Raptors aren't there, and then you get desperate. Yeah. You get desperate, and you show yourself, and yeah. That's really bad, because now you just showed J4 where he's going. So we know J4 was in the area, so I want to see how you die here. Okay, this is so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh man, that makes me scream. Okay, first of all, you hear Oh man. Okay, you hear back timers. I don't know if you have sound on or not. I'm pretty sure you do. I might be wrong if they're in a bush. I might be wrong. Trying to listen. Okay, if you don't have words, you don't. But you knew J4 was in the area. All you have to do is just play the safe. There's no reason for you to step up. There's literally no reason for you to step up. You have a ward right here. You have a ward. You are safe. You are safe. By the way, this ward shouldn't be here. It should be here. If you want to protect yourself from both areas, you put it right here. This little like crevice here, that's where you put it, not here. But you're safe. You have a ward here. So you should have never stood up. Or you should have never walked up. Because you knew J4 was here, and you know the hard CC between Gragas and J4 is pretty much a wombo combo, which happens to you. So even though Gragas was out of position, all he has to do is body slam flash, and he gets the kill off on you. And this gank should have never happened, or should have never worked, rather. Elise should have been able to take wolves fine and not have to worry about this as well. So this is really, really bad that you died here, by the way. For future reference, this is probably one of the worst TPs you've ever made in your life. J4, if J4 was a good jungler, I have no idea where he is. Okay, he backed. But if J4 was a good jungler, he could be sitting right here because you never got the ward off. He knows this too because he wombo comboed you before that. If J4 was a good jungler, he could be sitting right here and just flash, knock you up, and do the same thing over again, and you'd be dead. Or at least ridiculously low and have to back and then lose a whole nother wave. So this is a really bad TP. The wave is in such a position that it's going to push on you. You just shouldn't TP. You're not going to lose that much XP. Cannon minions at pretty much full HP, you can walk all the way down and not have to waste your TP. So by doing this as well, you not only lost first blood, but also lost TP. Which loses pressure bot lane, obviously. Because now they know that you don't have TP, but Gragas does. So you can't match a TP if Gragas decides to TP down here and get Vayne ahead. So you should pay more attention to like your lane management. Wave management, rather. Okay, so Elise comes top. This is a really bad gank. You have no items. You're level 3, you have no items. Gragas is level 5. Yeah. I think it works, though. It works because Gragas is a bad player. Yeah. Yeah, this. Wow, oh my god, you had to burn flash there. Wait, why did you flash? Why did you flash? I say this is a bad gank. Alright, I say this is a... I know it's like weird because he's saying, what the hell, man? He's saying it's a bad gank despite the fact that he got the kill. I say it's a bad gank because if this was any higher elo, if this guy was any good, and he's not, I assure you. If he was any good, he'd realize that he's low on mana and that he doesn't have flash and he doesn't have enough mana for body slam or whatever. I think body slam's the one that moves you forward. But if he would not be this far extended. Because that's just blatant. That's having no respect for a jungler. But yeah, so this, I guess it works, but you shouldn't like rely on ganks like that. You should not rely on stuff like that. But okay, this works. It is good. I have no idea why you flashed there. Elise had a repel. That was a lack of communication. I'd expect that in solo queue when you're trying to KS a kill. There should pretty much be no KSing in games like these. So I'm not saying you were trying to KS. You might have been just trying to like secure the kill, but that was just a lack of communication, and you shouldn't have ever had to blow flash there. But okay, so you do back. At this point, we know J4's bot side. We know J4's bot side. How do we know he's bot side? Because we saw him at Gromp, and we knew that his wolves were down. So we know Gromp isn't respawning yet, so we know he's on bot side. And I'm pretty sure I told you that too. I am pretty sure I told you, like, hey, J4's at Krugs right now. So that should be a warning to bot lane, that J4 is... J4 could go multiple things. He could go Krugs. He can go. I don't think they ever had vision of this, so I don't think they ever knew that you took Scuttle. So he could have gone here into Try, into Blast Cone, into taking Scuttle into gank bot. He could have gone here, 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 here. So he could have ganked mid, done the same thing but ganked mid. Or he could have done what he did here and did here, here, Scuttle, wait a few seconds, be patient, get the gank off bot. And that's what he actually did here. So this was failure on your guys' part to play safe and to respect the fact that J4 was bottom side. And Elise, I don't know what you bought here. Okay, so you bought this. This is a terrible buy. I'm just telling you right now, this is a terrible buy. First of all, they have a Wombo combo team. This should be red smite, not blue smite. Your goal is not to. You have a high CC. You have a high CC comp. You have Karma for slows. You have for snares and slows because of her mantra. You have Gnar with his autos or his Q or whatever. You have Jace with knockback. You do not need blue smite here. This is a red smite game. If you were going to first back and buy smite. You aren't going to first back and buy smite, though. You are going to buy Mobies, and you're going to rush bottom because you know that J4 is on the bottom side of the map, and you want to match his gank on either mid or bot. So the correct play here was because you are level 4 and you're nowhere close to level 5, what you're going to do is you're going to tell Jace to play on this side of the map, and you're going to rush bot, and you're going to either blast cone and sit in here, or you're going to tell your laners to push up and sit in here and wait. But yeah, so J4 ends up just sitting in here. He literally just sits in here. I'm telling you right now, if you had blast cone, if you had not done this is really inefficient. If you had not done this, come in here, been in like human form, blast cone in here, seen that J4 was in here, because it's I'm gonna be honest here, it's pretty obvious. At least to me, it's pretty obvious that J4 is in here because we know he was on the bottom side of the map, and we know that he wants to really get a gank off here. So it's up to you guys to be really, really patient. And again, we're witnessing a way of another example of how the lane is pushing on you guys. You guys can literally AFK sit here and afford to miss a few minions, but still get, you know, the cannon and the XP. You're not really missing any XP here. And if anything, this is actually bad for bot side because J4's sitting here and leeching XP, which is bad for bot side because then you guys have the XP lead. But Elise, you should have hopped down here, snared him. You could have pretty much one-shot him. You wouldn't have been able to get the kill, but you would have gotten him really, really low, making you guys win the 2v2 or the 3v3. But instead, you take and see. Look. The ping came out from J4. J4 knows exactly where you are. I don't know if you noticed that, but look right here. He pings. He's a little bit late on the ping, which probably shows that he's not like 100% on it. But he does ping that he knows where you're coming from. Right here. Yeah, he literally just pinged that he knows where you're going to. He doesn't know if you're going to come in for the gank, for the counter gank or not, but I don't know if you stepped to the wall or what you were doing here. This is really poor positioning if you step to this wall, though. Not sure what you do here. Yeah, you step to this wall. That's really, really poor placement. We know J4's bot side. I'm not saying you knew he was in this bush, but you're against Vayne, period. Like, stepping up to this wall is literally asking to be stunned and killed. So yeah, you have to blow flash and heal. So granted they didn't get the kill, but that's two major sums that J4 just got for free, pretty much. And Elise, you... Okay, I'm not quite sure what you're doing here. Okay. So this is really bad. Like, you're doing nothing. Despite the fact that we know J4's bot. We're not punishing him at all. We're not really doing anything. I'm gonna be honest right here. If you had if you had just rushed mid, look at how Orianna's playing. She's not playing passive at all. She just stepped up right here. You could have I don't know, your skill shots that I've seen have been really, really dodgy, but if you were sitting right here waiting for a gank, you probably could have flash E'd her and gotten the kill on her. And punish J4 for being bot, because there's no way. We just saw J4 right here. There's no way that he's gonna come mid. So this is a free gank. So we should be looking to get a gank here and abuse the fact that Orianna has no idea how to play League of Legends, because she's like stepping up. She knows her jungler is not in a position to help her at all. She knows Elise is sitting right here. You're sitting on a fucking ward, for God's sake, and she's stepping up this far. Like this should, yeah. Yeah, so, look, you went out of vision, so you could be right here. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that you just hopped on this. And look at how far she steps up. She literally steps up all the fucking way to the minion. Like, she's so greedy. And she's not getting punished at all for this. At all. Not one bit. And she doesn't have Ghost, so it's not like she can Ghost and run away for free. Gragas roams. This is a really, really late MIA. Like, really late. Your first was, okay, so, never mind. It wasn't that late. Maybe you should have said it in comms. I don't know if you did say it in comms. But yeah. Okay, so, and I mean, same thing with you. Yeah. Like, this is poor placement on your part, Jace. You know J4's here. We know he's here. How do we know? He just came up from bot side. Whoops. He just came up from bot side. Gragas is coming down. We don't 100% know that Gragas is coming down, but there's a good chance of it. And you're pretty much asking to die because Orianna has ult. And if Orianna gets a good ult, or Gragas gets a good body slam, or J4 gets a good knock up, you're pretty much dead. And there's not much that Elise can do. But imagine it this way, right? Imagine you get the kill on Orianna, right? J4 is left with nothing to do but farm, and Gragas' roam is then punished by Gnar being able to shove in his lane. So by you abusing the fact that J4 went bot and got sums, it's like, okay, the best way I can explain games like this, it has nothing to do with solo queue, but as far as games like these go, the best way I can explain it is chess. And so in chess, you want to like trade things. So if someone takes one of your pawns, you want to like take one of their pawns, right? So by J4 wasting time, your pawns in this case in League is time. So by J4 wasting time going bot and getting sums, you want to punish that. If you were to go mid, you might get Orianna, and if you don't, you get her flash. You waste Gragas' time because then his gank doesn't work because you guys back off and reset, and J4 is left with nothing to do but just farm. So it's an equal trade, you know what I mean? And if you get the kill on Orianna, then it's a better trade because then you're ahead in gold. But instead, you take the passive route, take the scuttle that has no meaning because we know J4's farm is gone, so he's never going to come bot again. Well, not never, but he's not going to come bot again for the next minute. We know this because there's no reason for him to, because his camps aren't up. So taking the scuttle does absolutely nothing. It does nothing. So that's playing too passive and not positioning right. This is probably the wildest W I've ever seen. But okay, so you don't die from the Gragas. That's fine, but that's because J4 had really bad positioning, and there probably was no communication between this play. It was probably communication between top and mid, but the jungler probably wasn't included. Okay, so we know J4 is moving here. I think this is where you guys invade, because I tell you guys, and yeah, there's a ward here, so they know you're here. But I think I tell you that J4 is moving into his blue side, so you want to match that. I didn't mean invade. If this is where you invade, I did not mean invade here. I meant just match because we knew he was going to go top soon because he just hit 6. And we knew he just hit 6 because we knew he was 5 when he ganked bot. Wait, where are you pathing? Okay, so you go red to blue. This is really weird. This is really weird pathing. This is inefficient even. We know there's a control word here. So ganking bot is pointless. Now you're back at the same spot. And we know J4's top side. We know he's still top side. And now top's dead. Wait, if you were here, if you had just ignored blue buff, you would have taken these, you would have taken red, you would have taken Krugs, you'd be here in time for top, and Gnar wouldn't have died. So that's bad. It's Gnar's fault for overextending, and not paying attention to the evident gank that was going to happen, because we know he's topside again. So you're not respecting jungle presence by having, you only have one ward. You don't have any wards here. You have no vision here. We're dealing with J4, someone who can easily climb walls. So that's not respecting the jungler at all. But it's also your fault, Elise, because you weren't here to match the gank. So if we're taking a look, J4 has nearly 4 times your farm. He has an assist on you, and that's pretty much you getting out jungled really, really hard. You just got really hard out jungled this game, evident. You didn't really, the way you play jungle now is you have to be proactive, but you also have to keep up with the enemy jungler to make sure that he can't be proactive. And you didn't do any of that this game. So that's something you should focus on. You have to know where the enemy jungler is constantly. You have to, because the way the meta is played now, where you just gank over and over and over again, it is more than ever important that you know where the jungler is, so that those ganks that you do over and over and over again aren't successful. So we can even argue that we know J4 is going. Okay, so at this point, we actually don't know. We actually don't know where J4 is going. J4 could be going top side. He could be going bot side. One could argue, since we know he didn't use ult, that he's going top side again. How do we know this? We know that bot lane's backing. So since bot lane's backing, and we know J4 backed right after the kill, and we know he didn't have blue buff, we can deduct that J4 could be going back topside, because there's no reason for him to go bot side, even though there's farm and dragons up. Bot lane's backing, so there's no kills here. There's no kills here. So we could argue that we know J4 is going back top. So Gnar, you should be aware of this, because you should be aware of the fact that bot lane is backing. And you should be playing safe. You should freeze this. Your wave is in a perfect position to freeze. If you push this wave up, this is really bad. And I think that's what you do, because I'm pretty sure you die here as well. Yeah, you push this. You hard push this. There's no reason for you to. Gnar, you are 0-2, and you're barely winning in farm. There's no reason for you to push up. There's no reason to. Why aren't you freezing this here? Elise is on the bottom side of the map. You're not getting a. We're not trying to gank here. Your lane's pretty much lost because you're 0-2, and you're pushing this. So already, I can say top lane needs to work on wave management. Jungle, you need to work on like pathing, knowing where the enemy jungler is, matching ganks, working on how ganks work. Bot lane just needs to work on having bot lane pressure and focus on winning the lane and just playing the lane in general. Has nothing to do with like lane management or anything, just knowing how to play the lane. Mid lane, I haven't really focused that much on, and that's mainly because it's pretty much just been poked back and forth. And plus, mid lane seems to be doing fine. You're winning lane. That's fine. So I'm not focusing too much on mid lane here. But yeah, because for the most part, mid lane, you did do fine. But like the most where I'll criticize you is like, I'll criticize you mainly in late game. But yeah, you're pushing this for no reason. For no reason. There's no reason to be pushing this. And you're on 269 gold, right? Maybe I could argue, okay, you want to push it because you want to back, right? There's no reason for you to back. Like, there's no reason for you to back here, and there's no reason for you to be pushing this. You should have this freezed here and force Gragas to have to play safe because he can't sit here because he's scared of an Elise gank. You just should not be pushing this wave. And Nar's an easy champion to freeze on, too. Nar's a very, very easy champion to freeze on. And you end up dying here as well. Because you don't freeze the lane, and then you get wombo comboed again. And I think this is where you get really upset and tilt. And I'd be tilted too if you had gotten ganked. And at this point, it seems like you're getting camped. And in a way, you are getting camped, but here's the way about camping, right? Nobody camps to... Only low elo players camp to tilt someone. The only reason a jungler, quote-unquote, camps you is because you are playing bad and you're overextending and you're not playing safe. If you had still been freezing here, the wave would have been right here. They could not have... The gank would have been much, much harder, and you have flash up, so you probably would have been safe. You might have had to blow flash, but you would have been safe, and if they just push it, you have TP, and you can just TP back. And you don't lose anything, except your sums, which is a lot better than dying a second time. Okay, so let's talk about... You just missed your Q here. That's just... You just got outplayed. Okay, so... Why did the volume get louder? That's interesting. Okay, so Elise... Okay, you get, like... I don't know what you're doing. Why aren't you ganking bot? Like... You should be ganking bot, or at least trying to, or at least relieving pressure, or doing something. Wait, what are you doing while Jace 1v... Wait, why did you back off? What? Why did you back off here? What the heck? My dude. Wait, why did you back off? Alright, this is a huge misplay by you. You should not have backed off there. You should have kept going. That was a 2v1. You need to remember the range of your E, my dude. Of your stun. You could have easily gotten that. This is what I mean by you're not jungling, right? Like, you have no pressure. And you're losing in farm, too, so it's not even like... You're just walking around doing nothing all game. And now you lose drag because of it as well. Because you did nothing, you lost drag there, too. If you had killed mid lane there, Jace would have been still alive, and you guys could have contested this, and you wouldn't have... Maybe you had lost Dragon, but you would have at least been able to contest it a lot, because Jace can just poke. And same with Karma and Caitlyn. So they probably would not have been able to take this. But because you misplayed here, this again, just like the other misplay where Gragas was here, because you weren't active enough, and because you weren't... because you didn't abuse Orianna, and how bad Orianna was, you lost this play. And it's another example of how you got out-jungled. It's not even the fact that J4 is good or anything like that. He's just being active. He's just being proactive. So maybe you need... I'm going to suggest to you, Evident, that you play a jungler like Jarvan, or you play a jungler like Gragas from now on. In a sense that, not from now on, because your Elise is pretty good, but here's the thing. Jarvan already outfarms you because he has AoE, and he just goes Tiamat, even though he didn't go Tiamat here because he doesn't know how to play. Gragas has AoE damage, and their CC is really, really good. Elise is a very, very bad jungler in the sense that... You have to win early with Elise. You really do. If you don't win early with Elise, you lose the game because she falls off really, really hard late game. Jarvan and Gragas, as you saw this game, scale so fucking hard. So if I were you, I would pick those two up. So just start spamming those in your solo queue. Start playing them in your scrims. I would suggest those those two to you. And I mean, if you guys want to still play this comp, go for it. I would swap the Caitlyn with an Ezreal maybe. And then I'd swap. I don't know how cool Humpador is on Ezreal. Let me OPGG him real quick. And see what his stats are. Varus. Okay, where's the Lucian? You're doing fine on Lucian. You literally just played a great game of him here. Your win rate's pretty low on it. Okay, where's the Varus? Varus isn't that strong right now, but I mean, where's Jhin? Like, Jhin would have been a great pick here. Jhin literally would have been a great pick here. It would have been a fine pick. Yeah, like you're playing Caitlyn. You never play Caitlyn. You've played 6 games of Caitlyn, dude. I know you're not in here, but like, yeah. We should take a look at the champions that Humpador is playing. Probably shouldn't be playing Caitlyn. He's doing fine on him, but if we take a look at damage, like, man, you're playing Caitlyn, dude. You shouldn't be getting out damaged by a Poppy. Let's just be honest here. You should not be getting out damaged by a Poppy. Fjord jungle, what the fuck? We look here. You're pretty much getting out damaged everywhere. Like, you barely did more damage than everyone else, and that's probably because he just sat there and autoed. Yeah. Probably want to look at Lucian. Probably want to take a look at Jhin. I'm not going to say Varus because Varus is really, really weak right now. And this win rate is probably a bit inflated from when lethality was OP. So we should probably take a look at Jhin. We should probably take a look at Lucian. Maybe Ezreal. See how he is on Ezreal. But, yeah. So I'm pretty much a lot of this is just repetitive of you just not Gnar not having wave management, not knowing how to play his lane. Caitlyn, Karma not knowing how to play the lane in the sense that they don't know how to play the matchup. I also want to make something clear. You guys suck ass when it comes to bans. The fact that you let Lulu through is ridiculous. I don't remember what you guys banned, but Lulu is literally perma-banned in high elo. Like, Lulu should not be through. This is really bad to let Lulu through. Their comp is disgusting. Like, they literally destroy you late game. This should have never been allowed to get through. At least, like, let the Lulu down a little bit. Like, I don't remember what you guys banned. Don't target ban people unless you're dealing with a Smurf who, like, unless you're dealing with someone that only plays one champion. Stop target banning people. It's pointless. Most people can play most champions, and it won't really matter. Because if you're misplaying the same way that you are, it doesn't matter what champion you put this guy on. He's gonna do fine. Because he's gonna abuse the mistakes that you guys are making without knowing it, with or without knowing it. He's just gonna abuse the mistakes you guys are doing. So I wouldn't target ban people. I would focus on. To be honest, the bans I would be banning are Lulu. I'd go with Lulu, Ivern, and how I'd say Rakan. Rakan is like, a lot of people don't know it, but Rakan is like disgustingly broken late game. And if someone knows how to play him, Rakan is probably one of the best supports in the game right now next to Lulu. So I would probably ban Rakan as well. But yeah, definitely be banning Lulu. Yeah, so late game basically, the only thing I'm really gonna talk about in late game is the way you guys played Baron. So this is good. I'm just looking for the one play where Jace goes ham, because that's the one critique I had on Jace. Yeah, it's right. It's like right here. Or where is it? Is it right here? I think it's right here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's right here. All right, so you guys are playing this fine. You guys are playing this fine. Gnar's so hard pushing. We know that we just chunked Lulu, so we know she has to back, and we know Gragas is backing because we have to deal with him. This is an instant Baron call. This is an instant Baron call. You guys should be Baroning right this second. We know they have to back. We know they have to back. Okay, so Gragas backs. Lulu decides to stay. You guys just chunked Orianna. You guys should be doing Baron right now. Period. Like, we just watched fucking Vayne step all the way down here. Why are we not on Baron? Why are we not on Baron? Like, this is such a bad call right here. We should be on Baron. We should have... Okay, this is really poor trap placement. It only takes 2 traps. Maybe 3, and then 2 here. Yeah, this is really poor trap placement. But yeah, you guys should be on Baron right now. Lulu's, like, backing. We don't know she's backing, but... and then Jace. You should not be... Oh, my God. You went ham here. You went fucking ham and cheese, my dude. We got Orianna down. That's all we wanted to do. Our point here with this comp was just to poke them down, man. Like, we're just trying to poke them down. And then you just go ham, dude. You're like, I want the fucking ass, dude. We blew her flash. We blew her flash. She's solo. She has to back. There's no way she doesn't back here. There's no way she doesn't back here. We should accept this, and we should Baron. We should accept it and Baron. That's what we should do here. But instead, you flash, you go for the kill. You get the kill. That's great and all, but you have to blow your flash. And then Vayne and Lulu are here, and they're all like, oh, what's up, man? We're going to fucking kill you, and then you die. And then Gragas comes, and then Caitlyn is all the way back here, and so is Elise, and you guys are completely separate, and you guys lose this fight. I'm going to be honest here. You guys lost the game off this. I'm gonna just be truly honest here. This is what lost you guys the game. At this point, I'm not gonna say Jace lost you guys the game, because he didn't. There was a lot of things, but this play right here is what gave them the lead. It gave them control over Baron. It gave them the initiative, whereas you guys had the initiative. If you guys had kept on this route, just poking them down, you guys could have gotten Baron. I'm pretty confident you guys would have been able to get Baron, back off, maybe lose 1 or 2 people, but back off, probably get this tower too, and then push forward and probably win the game. This whole play, this pretty much lost you guys the game. But yeah, after this, they just get the initiative because you guys lost pressure. They can now clear wards. You guys have to respect them, and you guys have to back off. They go clear Gnar as well.
Like you guys let your pressure down really, really hard there. It's good that Gnar got the tower, but it's not good that you guys died there. You guys could have gotten the tower off Gnar completely fine. So Gnar comes in. You guys are completely out of position here. You guys do manage to kill the Lulu, so that's good. I don't think you guys kill Vayne here either. No. But Gnar lives because he has flash. Right? Yeah. So that's good that you guys managed to pick off the Lulu, but... Yeah. Last thing I'll say is this fight. Okay, so Caitlyn's all the way over here farming. There's no reason to be farming here, man. Like Caitlyn, buddy. The tower's all the way up here. Like, yeah. You guys need to work with your ADC on positioning here because this is really, really bad. Like, you guys are about to have a fight here. You guys are, like, actually winning the game here. If Caitlyn was in position this game, I don't know why the fuck she ulted. This is, like, disgusting. But, like, if she had been here, you guys would have literally won the game. They are all concentrated on you guys. If she's just sitting here autoing, traps the fucking Caitlyn once, one-shots the Caitlyn, you guys literally win the game. You guys actually win the game. Because you guys get Elder, Gnar's completely fine, and then you guys just push to win, get the inhib, rotate bot, get this tower, and then you pretty much win the game. J4 hard inted here. He literally hard inted. He threw the entire game. But because of lack of positioning, you guys lost. Because Caitlyn wasn't in position, Vayne was allowed to live. And this is basically the nail in the coffin. This other play pretty much gave them the lead. It didn't completely lose you guys the game. There was still a way to come back. This team fight was your way to come back. This was pretty much the only team fight that would have won you guys the game. Had you guys won this, I'm pretty confident you guys could have won the game. This team fight threw you guys' lead. This one lost the game. So, as a summary, top lane just needs to work on, like, laning phase, lane management, learning where the jungler is. Jungler, you need to, like, focus more on pathing, knowing where the jungler is, warning your team. It is your responsibility to be warning your team and pinging your team where the jungler is at all time. I pretty much told you that entire game where the jungler was as well. So all you had to do there was just tell your team where they were, and that's why I say you laners need to work more on jungle presence. I think you should find a different champion other than Elise, in the sense that this is multiple games now that I've seen that you just don't know your your damage and your presence and how to play Elise. Because you like backed off of the Orianna here, despite the fact that you guys could get the kill there. You didn't go for the gank on Orianna when she was standing up here. There were just a lot of not misplays. I mean, there were misplays, but they were more so like lost opportunities that would have won the game. You know what I mean? That would have led to winning the game. Bot lane, the ADC needs to work on positioning, period. The ADC has a lot to work on, but for the main thing, has to do with positioning and team fights. That's why I say Ezreal. Ezreal is a great pick. If you're out of position, you're still relevant because you just throw your spells and you can eat in and out of situations if you get caught and you have poor positioning. Karma, you did pretty good this game. Same thing with Jace, other than this misplay here, Jace. So I just say take it down a notch. When you're playing Jace, remember, your EQ fucking half shots people. Like, it literally is broken. So just chill for a bit. And, yeah, just be fine with poking. Because your comp was made for poking. But you guys got a little bit too ham with that. Also, Jace, I'd take TP. You having TP would have helped the game a lot more. Because Gnar had to split push all game. But Gragas was able to pretty much hold Gnar at bay. Gragas could not have held you at bay. If you had TP, Gnar could have been with the team, which is a better team fighter than you are, Jace. When you're behind at least. And, yeah. So, not having TP here would have been really, really useful. So, if you're going to play Jace mid, I'd just take TP. And not exhaust. But, yeah, it's pretty much everything I have. If you guys have questions or whatever, I'm gonna like unmute my mic from Discord and stop the stream. But if you guys have any questions, I can pretty much go over them. Yeah. Alright, I'm stopping the stream now.